Hollywood pedophile rings. Something we haven't really discussed on the show yet. But hot item. Everyone's talking about who is fucking which boy.
Yes.
What boy is getting turned out? Everybody wants to know.
You think Drake and Josh got fucked?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Damn, one of them has a good career.
Both Drakes.
Oh, you think
Drake was on Degrassi?
Oh, fuck.
Who's Josh?
What's
he in?
No, it's a Nickelodeon called Drake and Josh.
No, I know.
I'm saying Drake Bell's doing well. He just
Josh Peck. Josh Peck definitely got fucked.
He got fucked by a really funny by the funny monster. Now he's hilarious.
Yeah, you're not on mic, so there's no reason. There's no reason to contribute to the conversation.
Brandon's in the room.
We already covered all that shit. So
yeah, so we're talking. We this one's gonna be like a more personal. We brought in our friend Evan to interview him about how he's mostly fucked kids.
Yeah.
Technically, that's true. Technically, Evan has mostly fucked kids.
True. The only person I have fucked that wasn't a kid when I fucked them is my wife.
Yeah, because Evan got married young as shit.
Oh, yeah.
So all the women he fucked were children.
I was a child as well.
He was also a child.
What was the lowest age?
7.
15.
Okay, that's fine.
I was 14.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, cool. Hell yeah, boy.
Getting that 9th grade pussy in 8th grade.
I was cool as shit.
Hell yeah. What was that like? Busting your first nut.
It was nervous and quick, and it was New Year's Eve, and Tom Green was like commentating. Tom Green was on the TV doing New Year's.
Oh, so you were looking at you were listening to Tom Green's voice the first time you fucked?
Nah, I couldn't hear his voice because Marilyn Manson was on.
Oh, nice.
So it looked like Tom Green was singing Marilyn Manson.
Hell yeah, dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
That fucking rocks.
The Beautiful People.
It was pretty sick. That was the song. I actually don't remember the song, but I know it was Marilyn Manson.
Nice.
Was
Adam,
playing.
when did you bust your first nut in a woman?
When I was like 17, like right before I turned 18.
Nice.
And
we've all talked about
all
this.
right. Well, just asking again.
Well trod.
So there's, there's nothing to talk about other than sexual
sex
assault.
rings and stuff? Yeah.
Because that's kind of that's the news now.
Right.
You know, it's funny.
Literally,
it's like
that's all news there
it's like, you know, I see a lot of female comics being like, now it's our time. Now that we're getting rid of we're draining the swamp, now it's our turn. But it's like, well, not if you write topical jokes, because those are off limits for you. You can't do rape jokes.
That's true.
After all that,
rape.
Yeah. Good luck finding something in the news to talk about.
Do you think when women are in power, they will rape? Is that part of it?
Yeah. I mean, look at Hillary Clinton.
She does. Yep.
She kills children and you know, fucks them.
Yeah, pizza shops and stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Evan gets it.
Again, we already covered all that.
Yeah.
So,
I'm sure you had. I just I was letting you know that I know.
I don't know. I guess.
What have you not covered? Is there a new one in this past week?
No, there really isn't. I mean, like, we kind of went into all of them on this week's prior
this
premium
bonus
episode.
Oh,
yeah.
gotcha,
Why don't we do some fun voices?
No, I think we should find something to discuss rather than bail in the first 2 seconds
let's do fun
into
voices.
let's
Fun
do
voices,
a fun
man.
voice.
What? Evan does good voices, dude.
Buddy.
All right.
You know?
I mean,
all right, let's find something to discuss, and then we'll do fun voices.
We'll earn the funny voices.
Okay.
All right.
It'll be a treat to ourselves.
All right. Well, I guess Adam pointed out New York Times reviewed Louis C.K.'s movie, and it's not coming out, so there's really no reason to review Louis C.K.'s movie.
No, they reviewed it to say that the jokes felt terrible in light of the allegation.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of a, Louis, trying to do a movie about a guy who fucks up much younger women or whatever.
I think it's about a dad whose daughter fucks a guy that's a lot older.
Right.
So it's sort of about the dad that's sort of
Malcolm
the main victim.
plays the
yeah, the man is the problem.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
true.
no,
yeah. Louis is the victim.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
I don't know. I think it's probably interesting and probably pretty good.
Is it ever coming out? Can we watch it?
Maybe, but probably not.
It'd be fun if you went back and look at Hitler's paintings and it's just like him fucking some Jewish person's face, you know, and putting a knife through their eye socket. And they're like, the painting's good, but this isn't really art school.
Technically, you're very skilled, Mr. Hitler. But
Have you ever looked at them?
No, of course not. I'm not a self-hating Jew that has weird sexual fantasies about Nazis. Right?
I don't have.
Look at Hitler's paintings.
Wait,
all
just
day
to
long.
be, you were never interested in what his paintings
Not
looked
in the
like.
way you were.
To jack off to?
To jack off to them.
No, they're like, I don't know. They're kind of nice landscapes. Pretty
Really?
like average
Yeah.
paintings. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a Bob Ross.
Well, it's
like
an
mountain.
Kind of
empty.
like Bob
Yeah.
Ross.
It's an empty field, but the implication is that there used to be a town there filled with Jews.
Yeah.
And so they killed every man, shipped
Yeah.
off the women, and then burned the city to the ground and paved over it with.
nice
with
trees,
poppies.
planted trees.
Right.
Yeah, nice.
Hell yeah, dude.
Bob Ross was in the military. He was like a
Special
veteran.
forces.
He was like
Vietnam?
he was like a hardcore dude, and then he got into painting.
Dude, all those
afterwards.
soft TV voices were like snipers and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Mr. Rogers.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
He was like
yeah. Mr.
Mr.
Rogers.
Rogers
he's
was
like
killed
American
someone?
Sniper. He was what's his name? Something Kyle.
Chris
Kyle.
Kyle.
He was Chris Kyle.
Yeah,
Mr.
Mr. Rogers
Rogers
invented napalm actually, and he was the first one. He used to make Vietnamese children swallow it,
He was
and then he
in
watched
Nam?
them burn from the inside.
No, Mr. Rogers wasn't in Nam.
Nah, Korea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Korea.
original Nam.
Yep.
The same country.
Nam won.
How the fuck did Kim Jong just end up with? How did his dad or granddad or whatever end up with half of Korea? Shouldn't we have fucked them up?
What do you
Because
mean?
they wouldn't let MacArthur go north.
Mm.
I learned that from
The
Rodney
38th parallel.
I learned that from Rodney Dangerfield's Back to School.
Oh
Do you
yeah.
remember the scene with Kinnison?
I'm a teacher.
That's where most of my tidbits come from. Is Back to School.
I love getting my dick sucked. You like that? That's Sam Kinison.
We got to the
was
silly
good.
voices, man. That's good.
Somebody eat my ass. That's my character, Sam Kinison,
Yeah.
who likes to get his ass eaten.
That's also just Stav's set. You know what I mean? Usually it
Nobody
doesn't
has
say.
sex with me, but I'm cute.
Thank you.
But the breakfast. That's it.
These are great jokes. Thank you for quoting them. Come see me, guys. I'll be in Cleveland at Hilarities December 3rd. I'll be headlining
Check out his album,
Sunday.
But the Breakfast, on iTunes.
Avocados if you're nasty.
That wouldn't be the name of the.
He's selling
Album.
T-shirts, guys. But the Breakfast.
I will not be
In
selling
triple
But the
XL.
Breakfast T-shirts.
Yeah.
Come see Nick do his Harambe joke for 12 months in a row.
I watched you do a joke last night about I'm going through a breakup, and I know that was 5 years ago.
Yeah, but
Yeah, it was.
So as long as I just
it's a
stopped
quality
doing
joke.
comedy
It's a
because the
quality
news
joke.
sucks now, and there's nothing else to talk about.
yeah, you could just.
I'm
do
not still
jokes
doing a
about your
Harambe
act.
bit because I'm not doing bits anymore.
Yeah.
Now I'm a professional broadcaster.
Anyway, that was Sam Kinison asking to get his ass eaten, everyone. So, you know what? I'm going to stop doing the heavy lifting then, guys, if that's it. I had Sam Kinison. You know, you guys do a good character. Adam?
Oh God, you were back here.
Okay,
Yeah, oh,
how
yeah,
about-
we're
I
back
got
here.
How about it's please, Mr. Louis C.K. do not shout.
Now, see, finally.
Do not hack off in front of me, please.
That's the small day
It's all
labor.
the small day labor that would have been the world's most famous comedian. Had Louis C.K. not jacked off in front of him.
Yeah, man. All the shows that Day Laborer would have done are booked
Yeah.
by Dave Becky. So you
Dave Becky
Yeah.
completely killed his
Couldn't,
career.
Right. Miguel, if you want to have a career, you will shut the fuck up.
I just, where to put the drawing one?
I just want to play my ukulele and talk about how I eat pizza in bed. I just want to be adorable and do adorable comedy where I don't really observe anything or have a punchline. I just talk about how hard it is to be an adult because I don't know which part of the check is the routing number or the account number. Is that like what like adulthood is?
Yeah,
That's his bit.
It's good.
That's a
good,
dorkable
man.
day later.
he got discovered in the parking lot at Home Depot,
Mm-hmm.
and then
By some coked up producer that's
Yeah.
like, if you suck my dick, you can be in the Parent Trap.
He's just the waiter in the Parent
Yeah,
Trap. That's how they cast everyone in movies.
Yeah.
It's like every extra sucked some guy's dick
Right.
to just be standing in the
Well,
background.
If you look at
funny
the guy
because-
washing the dishes, he's like staring off into the distance.
The crack
Thinking about what he went
epidemic, the crack epidemic in like the 1980s and like what that did to inner cities and like the amount of violence and gang violence and shit. It's not like rich people didn't do cocaine, but the problems it created in those communities is like, making them rape everyone they work with.
Yep.
Well, again, the child pedophilia rings
it forced them
Hollywood.
to. In many ways, the fact that the government diluted cocaine through crack when they gave it to inner city communities was was charity.
Yeah,
because full blown cocaine in those neighborhoods. Oof.
Because Reagan saw what happened in real Hollywood.
Exactly.
So he wanted to protect the
They tested
inner
it in
cities.
Hollywood. They started fucking all the kids.
And then when Reagan invented crack cocaine,
he's like,
we can't let them go.
I care
that
about
hard.
black people too much.
I know. It's true.
Let's step on this a little bit. We can't give them the
little bit
puree.
of baking soda.
yeah.
Give him the baking.
Get the acetone, man.
Yeah.
That's cool. Have you ever done crack, Evan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Was that cool?
It was pretty tight, man. Yeah. It was really tight, dude. That's like one thing I'll say about crack.
It was actually.
Everyone that's
It was
done
actually
crack
pretty
says it's really good.
It's weird that you like can't just be a guy that smokes crack. You know?
Yeah. Just chilling out with a nice little rock to end your day.
You can't brag about crack either. Like,
I'm
people
doing it
brag
right
about
now,
weed.
man. I'm doing it right now.
Set the scene for us.
Everything's
Everything's going great in your life.
everything's going real bad. And everybody's dead that I've ever loved. And my buddy was like, "Do you want to feel this stronger?" And I was like, "Yeah." And so he cooked up some coke in a spoon.
he cooked it up.
Yeah, I freebased coke, which is
Oh,
I
you
guess the same
freebased.
thing.
Oh
right?
no, that's
Yeah.
different.
It's different.
That's completely different.
Okay. Well, then I did not.
There's
smoke
like a
crack.
depravity to smoking crack that
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
exist with freebasing cocaine.
Yeah, I mean, but
Millionaires freebase cocaine. all
It
the
felt
time.
way different than snorting it, though, man. Freebasing cocaine.
What did it feel like?
I mean, just like more worrisome, and scary.
So how does it
but
work?
good.
You cook it and then you snort
You
it.
just you
Yeah.
draw in the smoke with a straw.
fumes. Yeah.
Yeah.
You heat it up and then you suck
Yeah.
the fumes.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
We would like
That's
lace,
homemade crack.
lace blunts with it and stuff, but that's not this. That's a weird high, man.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
crack-
Lacing a blunt with coke? Yeah.
Crack, you like mix the
You put
coke
something more
with-
in it. You're
with
right,
Baking
yeah.
soda, and then you like cook that on the stove in water, and then the shit that rises to the top is like a yellow fucking sediment or something. And you take that and then dry it out, and then that's
The bubbly
crack rock.
stuff.
Yeah, something like
right.
that.
Maybe I smoked crack. I don't know.
No,
like
because you have to make crack on like a stovetop.
Okay. This
I mean, there's
dude did
different
it.
ways to do it. I think
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
probably
I've never made
freebase
crack,
cocaine.
but
There's a lot
yeah.
of songs you could listen to where they tell you how to do it.
Yeah.
True, man.
Water
True.
whip it.
Stirring the pot with the Uzi. That's how you do it, right?
Yeah, that's the only way
yeah.
I've ever made crack.
Yeah, I snorted meth.
Nice.
I never smoked meth. I snorted meth, and I did a bunch of like heroin and meth within the ecstasy I was doing. You know, it was all
Nice.
like very cut with
Super
either heroin
cut,
or
yeah.
meth. And I like the meth more because like you're up. You know, like
yeah,
with the
yeah. You want to get your
heroin
money's worth
ecstasy,
out of the
yeah,
ecstasy.
man. Yeah, you fuck and stuff, and
Yes.
I didn't fuck ever. But,
You didn't fuck on ecstasy?
my girlfriend one time, yeah, but not I didn't
But
like
yeah,
go out
yeah.
and
Get some
really
strange.
lay it down. Yeah.
How'd your cock work on those drugs?
Like not at all, and then once it did, it worked forever. You know? It was one of those things. It took forever, and
like
then
an
it
old
lasted
lawnmower that
forever.
won't. You got the ripcord going a bunch of times.
Yeah, once it's
and then
going,
finally,
you're like, we gotta mow the whole neighborhood.
Yeah, fuck
Yeah.
everyone in your neighborhood.
Yeah, man.
Break into their homes. Fuck
That's
them while they're sleeping.
Yeah, we wanted
and
to
that's
have
fine.
Ian on the show because he had a funny experience with. We can just tell Ian's story.
Yeah, let's tell that
Absolutely.
story.
Yeah, Ian was just in L.A. and had an unfortunate experience with
Oh,
a
I heard
trans prostitute.
Yeah, yeah.
That I think he got. He like. He gets like the, when you get like to an airport and then there's all the rental car places and it's like Alamo, Enterprise, budget,
Yes.
and whatever. And then there's one of them that's like Lorenzo's Cars.
It's like a cardboard sign.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Ian gets like that version of prostitute. And
There's
it
like
also
another
exists
person
just
in the room.
near the airport. you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
probably.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's fucking, Motel 6 in Inglewood with.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he asked to eat her ass and she said no.
She was like, he said, "Do you mind if I eat your ass?"
Madam, would you mind
Do
if
you
I?
mind?
and she
Nibbled
said
on your
no.
asshole.
He got out alphaed.
What a hilarious person he is.
He is
I was
really
asking him.
fucking
I was
funny.
like, "How did you know that was what you were into?"
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because I can't imagine. Even if I thought maybe that might be my thing,
And it
Yeah.
ends up not being.
you're right. Then you're like, "Oh,
It's a
fuck."
rough night.
Yeah, right.
yeah. Well,
You know?
he's crazy. Like the kind of people he hooks
Yeah,
up with, he will
Well,
he
he
will
got-
shine a flashlight in their asshole before
Yeah,
he
right.
like he literally he told me, he's like, yeah, just flash a light in their asshole
Just to
to see if
clear?
it's safe for me to dive in there.
Ah.
And then he just dives in.
Well,
He's got a little fucking miner's helmet on.
He's got a little sickle and stuff. He's like just taking off a chunk and putting it under a microscope.
He's like, me and my friend, we used to play with each other's dicks, and then one time I showed him a picture I drew of a lady
Is this
that
okay?
had a
We're
penis.
Yeah, whatever. Fuck it.
What's
Fuck
that?
you.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, no, this is what he told me.
Yeah.
We used to play with each other's dicks, and I drew a picture of a lady, with a penis, and he got mad at me. or something.
his friend got mad at him.
yeah.
Well, he's like, hey, can you go back to sucking me off, please? Enough of these fucking arts and crafts. I haven't come yet, Ian.
Wait, so is Ian? Did he go off the wagon, or he just did
No,
that
no.
for
No,
fun?
yeah,
No.
that's what he does. He's like, with me, it's either like drugs or sex or whatever. It's like,
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of wagons of life that
Yeah.
he's
Yeah,
not on.
yeah.
He lives on
the
an
sober
Oregon
wagon.
trail of depravity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not drinking right
Yeah.
now, but
Right.
boy, is he
Checking
eating
assholes
tranny ass.
for dysentery.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
That's
It's real rough, man.
Oh yeah, well, good for him. No slut shaming, no
No.
whatever you're into,
Live your
guys.
truth.
Having
Yeah.
sex.
You can do whatever you want as long as it's not being watched while jacking off.
Yeah.
That's the one thing, the one type of behavior that's completely unacceptable, even if you ask for permission to do it.
or jacking off on the phone.
Well, to be
Right.
fair, he didn't ask permission in that case.
He did not.
But like,
Oh,
Oh.
come on, you're gonna.
nothing.
You picked
What
the
if you-
one example in that
Yeah,
story
really?
where it's like that part is indefensible.
You don't just play with your dick when you're at home, and then sometimes
don't
There's
try
a
and
big
spin
difference
it.
between.
Yeah.
I do it all the time. In that case, I've raped every customer service member. You don't think my hands in my pants on any
Oh,
45-minute?
That's
phone
how we
call?
What
get
if
back
you have a
at-
day of
that-
a lot of phone calls.
But here's the other thing:
You don't
they
beat
don't
off during
know
them.
that I'm like touching. I'm not like
You don't tell
jacking
them.
off and
He's not
telling
like
them.
keeping him on the phone longer
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like breathing heavily and like
That's what I'm gonna do. Start
I mean,
doing
it's creepy.
to fucking
It's
Verizon,
undeniably
dude.
creepy.
yeah.
To Verizon to get back at customer service reps. I'm
Hell
gonna
yeah.
start beating off.
Yeah,
What do you
It's
mean
like
to
if
get
those-
back
those
at customer
Punjabi
service
guys are
reps?
gonna
What
really
have
back
they
at
done to
for
you?
their poor
You're gonna
service.
show 'em.
They
AT&T.
narrowly escaped having their eyes boiled out of their skulls so they could be better at singing. And some morbidly obese man is going to stroke his
Regular
shoulder on the
obese, thank you.
Yeah.
Not morbid,
I
just
mean,
very.
phone. No, it's morbid, dude.
Nah,
That's
it's
like,
not morbid.
It's a
Morbid's
medical.
like the
I'm being
like the
nice by
doctor
using
term
doctors.
for,
that's
mer-
really
for
like
very.
No.
brutal medical term.
Just
Morbid.
obese, thank you.
Yeah.
Like just obese.
You know what my favorite one is? They don't use it anymore, but profoundly retarded. Which just sounds like an insult. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't imagine a context when that was ever like a nice term to use for somebody.
Congratulations,
Yeah.
your son is not just retarded, he's
Yeah.
profoundly
retarded
retarded.
son.
They give you a
have
little
there.
medal. He's the winner of the retarded Olympics at his school.
Yeah, we're gonna make a fucked up statue of him. His big smooth head,
Popsicle
his
stick.
almond shaped eyes, and Chinese eyelids. Yeah. but
Anyway.
you can't be mean to him anymore. Not even if you're a doctor.
No,
How
you
much-
can. You just
How
have to
much?
go to medical school.
How much would it have sucked to be like, it's like maybe 1987. You're just finishing up medical school, and you're like, I did all this work so I could make fun of retarded people,
and they change
and
it.
they changed.
Wow.
They change it.
Pull
so
the
that
rug right
doctor's
out from
job
under you.
isn't to come up with new insults for retarded people. Because for 100 years they got away with it. Like, we're going to
Mongoloid.
call them idiots. We're going to call them mongoloids.
Yep.
We're going to call them, freaks
Yep.
Yeah.
and geeks. You
Yep.
know.
Mm-hmm. Chowder heads.
Right, and then now they've finally settled on the one true thing that'll never be ruined by association:
Mhm.
intellectually disabled.
Yep.
I feel like it was nice when they called them like the village idiot. Like they're part of the community.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Right.
Yep.
Inclusive.
Now
yeah.
they just live out on the street and we don't like. We
Well,
try
they
not
don't
to look at
necessarily
them.
They
have to
don't
live out.
necessarily live on the street.
That'd be fun if you.
I mean,
there's a
I
little
think
community.
that's sort of what we do with mentally ill people in this country. Is
Not
make
meant. We're
them
talking
live on
about
street.
the disabled.
Yeah, we're
mentally
talking
disabled.
Right. Mentally
retarded.
Handicapped.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Not either.
That's the
Retarded
difference.
versus
Yeah.
versus
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Whoa,
Okay.
whoa.
Whoa,
We don't use
buddy.
that word
Ableist,
anymore, man.
yeah,
That's an
sorry.
ableist term.
Yeah,
That's my favorite shit online.
it's saying crazy.
I'm an insane person that's incapable of rational thought. Here's how society should work. Here's how people should interact with each other.
Oh fuck, dude.
So we're all exhausted, right, from
We did some.
this rapes.
Yeah.
Oh
Thing.
yeah.
What'd
I
you guys
guess.
do?
No, it's just
We all raped each other.
We
No,
it's just
and
a
ev-
fucking nauseating, news cycle.
yeah,
Yeah.
sex trauma is like it's been 3 weeks of everywhere you look, it's just sex trauma.
It's
stuff.
brutal, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, what it feels like is, I remember this like distinctively sick feeling that I would get when I was exposed to like celebrity gossip or entertainment news, because I don't care, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And like when Access Hollywood or whatever would be on or something, it just like bothered me.
Yeah,
You
it's
know?
loud.
I
course.
don't care.
Yeah.
I don't
Mario
know.
Lopez.
I literally
smiling
don't
too
know
much.
who the Kardashians are. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, you
And
do.
No, I don't. I know who Kim Kardashian is because she's like, what, the head
You know that
of
the dad
fucking
was-
Human Centipede? I know, yeah. Yeah, he's the lawyer for OJ. But again,
Right.
this is like, it's a whole world that always just sort of bothered. Like, I
Yeah.
don't care for it.
Right,
you know?
right.
And now it feels like, because the sex assault thing kind of just exists in that realm.
Yeah, it's celebrity news.
It is. It's celebrity gossip, and it's not like whatever. I mean, problems about systemic sexism aside, it's like this. It is still just fucking gossip about who did what to who in the entertainment world.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we'll feel like people will feel like they accomplished something by certain people's careers being destroyed, but the systems are going to stay exactly the same.
You think it'll stay
think?
exactly the same?
I think a lot. Yes, I think that it'll find.
So you think
they'll
the
find a
next?
way.
So there's gonna be they're gonna purge this group of rapers.
Yeah, that's how it always
and then the
works.
next group of Jewish rapers will just be.
Yeah, exactly. There's a whole new class of us. It's like the X-Men.
X-Men First Class.
first class, and then
Also-
there's
Who was a rapist?
Yeah.
Yeah. What? What's
Notorious
up with
pedophile.
Brian Singer? How has he not
He's
been
been
thrown
getting
under
internet
yet?
like
I know.
articles scrubbed. We've
Yeah.
been talking about it. but
Okay.
That's
Did you
sort
see?
of what's been making Nick lose his mind.
Did you see
Uh-huh.
that Gary Goddard was like accused publicly
Yeah,
by
yeah.
Goose from Top Gun, and like Goddard was part of that
Yeah.
lawsuit against Singer like 3 years ago.
Uh huh. Have you
Uh,
seen an Open Secret?
Of course, we talked about it on the show.
Yeah.
I saw it
yeah.
too.
God, I missed the juice, man.
Yeah, it's
I
alright.
missed
dude.
the meat and potatoes. Yeah.
It's alright.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's fucked up, dude.
Yeah. It's also
my
in
take,
other.
It's fucked up.
Yeah, it's also like kind of everywhere. I mean, it's in politics and stuff like that.
Yep.
But it's just like the Hollywood portions being talked about right now. Like, do you think the politicians will start?
Are also raping children.
Well, I know that they are.
The thing
Well,
is,
I
it's
mean-
like
way more.
Pizzagate was probably the best thing to happen to them because now it gets to be like an insane alt-right conspiracy rather than
Yeah.
like, a thing that's actually happening.
You're like, oh yeah, it's a fucking pizza shop.
Well,
It's like
today-
but really, it's a sandwich shop in real life. In real life.
Well, no, really, it's a private island that they would
Yeah, I know,
fly
I'm
to.
kidding, yeah.
That the guy that ran charter services to Child Rape Island did what 12 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And
today,
it was for not registering the plane.
Yeah,
It was not registering with
Dude,
for
that
the
Jeepers
FAA.
Creepers director, man.
yeah.
Yep.
He's making Jeepers Creepers 3 right now.
Hold
used-
on. Every movie he made happened after the conviction.
I know, and one of them was a Disney movie, like right after the conviction.
Oh,
it was
which
a
one?
Disney movie.
Victor
It's,
Silva.
Powder. Powder
Yeah,
was
Powder.
Disney.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Victor Silva. He,
Right. We talked about
Yeah.
it.
raped a child.
Yeah. Not
On
only did he rape
camera.
a child,
He taped it.
It was on the set of a killer clown movie, and so he
Whoa.
raped him in a horror set.
Whoa.
Like in like a haunted circus set.
Damn,
He
bro.
raped a kid. Yeah.
That kid is fucked
Just to add
up,
to the
probably.
horror, man.
Yeah.
Want to know how I got this hard?
And then today, in response to the Roy Moore thing, all these girls are getting behind this hashtag Me at 14.
Meet 14.
Yeah, which is basically.
Oh no!
It's just some guy with like a 14-inch dick posting his dick on that hashtag. Everyone's mad. He's like, "What? I thought it was for me. I'm not a rapist. I've been using this big penis hashtag for years. You stole it.
Meat 14. Get that nice fat hog out there. Just the oiled up fucking.
The
nice
man with the
tan
world's
cock.
largest penis is
He's
in
just
hot
a-
water again today.
There's a butcher on
that
14th
guy's name?
Street, just like
Falcon?
posting his butcher shop.
Yeah, Jonah Falcon.
Jonah Falcon.
But that's the funniest kind of person to be, is when your dick is so big
Medically
you have
big?
to be gay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the reason.
He's
I'm
like,
gay.
well, it doesn't. Why? So you can suck the world's biggest penis?
yes, I can suck off the world's biggest cock.
I just want to be the best at everything.
I want to be the very best.
It's sucking big fat cocks.
Suck.
Bum bum bum.
Gotta suck them all. Yeah, but then the response is that girls are just putting up like the sexiest pictures of them at 14.
So says
like-
Adam.
I mean,
this is
what
not.
the
This is
fuck?
not.
Christ, man.
This
I
is
kinda
not
see-
an
kinda
objective statement
Yeah,
about the
yeah.
hashtag. This is Adam's opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, but I don't get it because every picture I see makes me hard.
Yeah.
So I don't think that it's really
No.
accomplishing what they wanted to.
No, what
Because
they're
now
doing-
I've started talking to
All right,
14-year-old
all right,
girls
all right.
and trying to lure them into my
That's not what I was
one-bedroom
saying.
apartment in Brooklyn. And I'm like, hey, do you guys need a tutor?
It's
I
a
actually went to law.
two-bedroom
I almost went to
apartment.
law school.
I have a dog too. Okay, so
Yeah, and she gets angry if girls don't do what I tell them to.
no.
Isn't that right? You put the little mask on ISIS.
You're gonna make the dog mad again. It's just like, that's your threat to him. So you can fuck him. You want to make this dog mad? It's the least threatening bark.
I'll do whatever you say, Mr. Friedland.
All right, that's not what I was trying to say, but no,
So, yeah.
they're like sexualizing themselves at 14 for basically
I mean, but
sharing this trauma
How are they sexualizing themselves though?
because they're putting up like pictures of themselves as children.
Yeah, but they're not saying,
Isn't the
"Look how
point-
sexy I
The,
was."
the point is,
I
we're
think you
kids.
just
They're
think
putting
it's hot.
pictures
Yeah.
of themselves up as children, and you're getting hard to it. You're sexualizing them.
Yeah.
That's not true.
I don't know. Dude. I don't know. We might have to fire everyone associated with the show because of Adam's behavior.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. We're all gonna lose our jobs.
Yeah.
Nah.
The only fair thing to do when somebody gets caught with sexual misconduct is destroy the lives of hundreds of people around them.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Working on their
Alan Alda
projects.
needs to be taken down.
It's-
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
anyone who's ever been in a movie with them should be fired. Anyone,
Yeah.
you know, so with the same hair color.
Oh
You know,
Yeah. Gingers, man. They
Yeah.
If Steve Harvey ever gets exposed, probably like 10,000 people will lose
Shit,
a
he
job.
did do kids. Didn't he do that Kids Say the Darndest Thing reboot?
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
fucked those kids.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
The darndest thing is always. Yeah. It's Bill Cosby with a kid on his lap. What do you say something fucked up, kid? And then the kid's like, "You raped me." And he's like, "There you go."
Woo! Everyone's clapping.
That's what we tune in for, folks. That is darned it.
Cosby. Oh fuck! Now what the hell?
Yeah, but you know, I was thinking, you know how like the army had to cover up in Afghanistan, how like all those people were fucking boys, like the tribal leaders
Yeah.
or whatever. And
The
it's
Northern
like,
Alliance.
yeah, this just has to be a thing everywhere.
You think everyone fucks kids?
Everywhere
Yeah,
with power.
I mean, it's not like why would they be doing that? You know, that's not really. Is that specific to their culture or like what?
You mean in Afghanistan?
Yeah, like what?
I don't know. Someone, and this is completely non-sourced or educated at all, but I don't know. Someone's saying because they treat women bad, you can only fuck boys or something.
Yeah, well, I guess they certainly
they
treat
fuck
women
women,
right
too.
in Hollywood.
Yeah,
That's what I was about to say. Like,
Well, you
the
didn't
same-
say it. I said it first. Right. So Adam was that kid in elementary school that after someone would answer correctly goes, "I was going to say that." Or like when they announce the answers to the homework, the like yes.
Oh yeah.
One of those.
Yes was a
Adam-
good move.
Adam was a yes.
You know what?
I was never
Yes, and then he would get reprimanded for saying yes, and then he would just do the arm thing in silence.
No,
I loved saying
I was
yes,
fucking
honestly.
cool.
No,
No,
you
you
were a
weren't,
nerd. I was a nerd too.
We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with the conclusion to how gay Adam was as a child. Well, folks, are you tired of being naked? Good news. We got some underwear for you to recommend. MacWeldon.com. Mac Weldon, it's a newer underwear company, I think. I actually don't know. I don't know how long they've been around. But they're a great company that believes in smart design, premium fabrics, and simple shopping. You go online, it'll be the easiest online shopping experience you've ever had. You know, like different than your normal purchases where you have to get Bitcoin in the Tor browser and you know, keep a bunch of secrets, pay people off. You don't have to do that with Mac Weldon. It's very easy. You go on there. They got comfortable underwear, socks, shirts, undershirts, hoodies, and sweatpants. They even have a line of silver underwear and shirts that are naturally antimicrobial, which means they eliminate odor, folks. And they want you to be comfortable. So if you don't like your first pair of underwear, you can return it, and they'll refund you, no questions asked. Not only does Mac Weldon underwear, socks, shirts look good, they perform well too, you know. So they're not just for working out or going out on the town. You can wear them at home or on vacation or whatever. I don't normally have special vacation underwear, but if you're the kind of person that does that, these are multifunction. They work cross-platform. So go to MacWeldon.com and get 20% off using the promo code Cumtown. That's CUMTOWN. And if you're one of the many ladies that listens to the show, you know, perfect Hanukkah gift for your boyfriend that forces you to listen to our podcast. So go to MacWeldon.com, use promo code Cumtown to get 20% off. Thanks, guys. What'd you do to him? Tell the adoring fans of the
I
show.
kissed Brandon's cock.
Yeah.
I kissed the tip of his cock.
Brandon's here, and he doesn't have a mic because he's doesn't have the courage to speak out about about all of the men that
He's
have
been diddled so many times. And he's so
Adam's
scared.
been sorry.
His hands are shaking so much right now.
Brandon's been
He was crying the first
raped.
half.
Yeah.
every time we brought up
Did you
boys
just
getting
use
fucked
the
in
term-
Hollywood.
All of you molested me during the break.
Yeah, we did all fuck his mouth.
Did
Yeah.
you use the term sexually raped?
Yeah.
He was sexually raped.
Well, there's lots of kinds of rape. There's sexual rape. There's career rape. There's rape of disagreement. You know?
No, that's true.
There's rape by being booked on a show that someone else isn't. You know? That's a
yeah,
form of
there's
rape.
micro rapes.
Yeah,
of
right.
course.
Yeah.
You get hugged weird.
That's
Micro
when
rape,
Adam rapes you with his little ass dick.
Yeah, that's when a white person accidentally has curly hair. If you go to the beach and you don't get your hair straightened afterwards, if you're a cracker, then I'm sorry, folks.
Yeah.
White people.
Why people? I thought that was for a long time. I thought that was like an anagram.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, white you put what the fuck does this mean?
Yeah.
You know, I couldn't
What do you
figure
mean?
it out.
What do you? What,
Why the online people refer to white people as WYPO.
I
What?
never saw that, man.
W-Y-P-O-P-O.
You guys spend more time
Well, that's
on-
because that content isn't for you. Adam.
It's not for your eyes.
Yeah, man. I feel like you guys are too in the internet, dude. I
I'm
feel
actually
like,
not anymore.
No?
I'm like
That's
not
good.
on anything.
Yeah.
You know, I'm more of a video games.
You spent years though. You did plenty of tours
Yeah,
in
you put your
Iraq.
time
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were really online. For
In a lot of
40
ways, you know, I am like a veteran.
Yeah, you're a veteran of the internet. Dude.
I am.
Yeah.
And so yesterday was for me. It's weird with all the sexual assault talk on Veterans Day. We didn't hear anything about like how huge of a problem that is in the military.
Oh, yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
That's one that's completely kept silent.
People cared about that for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, what
and then it
happened?
was
That
like,
was that-
whatever.
Yeah. Then they were like,
That's the thing is because like with widespread systemic abuse, you can be like, holy shit. And then it's like, well, how do we stop this? And it's like, I guess we're kind of powerless. I'm going to go back to playing Gran Turismo.
Yeah.
And then that's
I'm
how
gonna
these
keep
things
calling it
continue
Gran
forever.
Turismo as well.
Instead of what?
Turismo? Is it not Turismo?
It's Turismo.
I think it's Turismo. You
Am I the
fuck.
asshole? Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. man.
Damn, you said it with
I'm
confidence.
from the South, dude. We're stupid.
Yeah,
Ask
you
Mateo. Mateo would know.
Yeah,
Gran
true.
Turismo.
Well, I guess, yeah, if you're pronouncing it like the Italian,
Grande
you know.
Turismo. Turismo.
Did Mateo show you that clip of him on that like Mexican talk show?
Yeah,
And
dressed as a
saying
clown
something.
or whatever.
It looks like he's all at Conan, and he's on the chair, and he's like, you know, boobity bobbity boobity bobbity blah blibbity
Yeah.
blobbity, but you know, speaking in fucking Spanish or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it
And then
cuts
they
to the
dress him
host,
up.
and it's just a clown. He's like, "Hey, grande, grande."
Damn, salute
Yeah.
to fucking Mexican television.
They have the most hilarious shows.
They're
They
so
got
good.
big ladies with
And
big
the
ass
hottest
titties.
girls.
Yeah.
Just throwing pies in the
They're
midget's
all
face.
all
I
those
used to watch
girls
a
are
ton of
married to
that
the
when I was a
executives of
kid.
that network.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They ain't got no problems if you know what I'm saying.
That's
Those
right.
girls understand what the price of doing business is.
Yeah, my
Yeah,
wife
that's
watches
who-
that all the time.
That's who needs to take over Hollywood after all this is Dundalk
Maryland
Ralph.
guys. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Oh, we're gonna be straight up about this, yo. If you ain't sucking, you ain't getting on screen, baby girl.
We're going to do the same behavior, but it ain't a secret anymore. That's what people don't like
So-
is dishonest.
I'm honest.
Say I'm a fucking liar. I'll beat the fuck out of you.
Okay, no blacks either, though.
They don't show up on a
Yo,
camera.
y'all get Black Panther twice every 2 years. We'll do another Black Panther, and that's it, yo.
They let
Everything
black
else is
people
gonna
in the
be
movies.
girls with big ass titties that are
Suddenly,
white, or
every
maybe a
set-
Latina.
needs all these lights. We're wasting all these money on lights so the black people show up in movies. I'm tired of doing that shit. I want to shoot something in late afternoon without having to fucking, you know, drain the entire city grid.
Yo, go do the halftime show at a basketball game, yo. They got the lights figured out for y'all already. Okay, movies is for the white race, yo. Oh, yeah. Put him in charge, baby.
Yeah, that's a great guy to run everything. Really.
I don't think I know this guy, man. Who is this
Oh,
guy?
I got to take you down to Baltimore, dude. Show you all about these
Well, it's
guys.
sort of based on like a specific guy.
Yeah.
One guy. Yeah.
There is one guy who you can't really mention on the show because he probably will like drive here to try and fight.
100%. 100%.
Nobody talks shit about me. I don't care. They fucking said I was running Hollywood. That's not true. I work at fucking Batteries Plus. Yes, I steal the batteries.
Oh, fuck, dude. God, I miss my hometown. I miss the charm. Speaking of, I will be there Thanksgiving Wednesday. Baltimore sidebar. Sidebar.
Next Wednesday.
Yeah, before Thanksgiving. The Wednesday before Thanksgiving, I'm doing a show, so come out. And maybe I'll do 20 minutes of that character.
I'm so hungry, dude.
What do you want to eat?
I don't know. I need some like a chicken salad or something.
Okay.
You trying to get back on track, man?
I am, dude. I've been
Yeah.
eating literal Halloween candy for 3 weeks.
You got any candy corn here?
Candy
you like
corn?
candy corn?
I'm like the one guy
What?
that likes it, dude. I'm keeping
Really?
the business alive. Yeah.
Holy
Well, you're not
shit.
the one guy that likes it. Obviously,
dude,
lots
I
of
didn't
people
literally
like candy
mean
corn.
one. It was
But yeah, most
hyperbole.
motherfuckers don't like it.
Yeah.
Most motherfuckers
I think
don't
I
like
think
it.
most people pretend not to like candy corn because of, but it's a seasonal candy. It's not like it's around all year long.
But it
Yeah, it's
does
not
suck
buggy, it's
dick.
like
It's
the
not
McRib.
good. It's just
it's whatever. I don't mind candy corn. I don't remember
It just
being
tastes
a
like
kid.
icing
guys,
to me.
here's how I feel about candy corn. If it's, I kind of feel like it's cocaine, you know? Like if it's.
What do
No,
you-
I actually do agree. I agree with that observation 100%.
Yeah, that's a good.
It's
Why did
It's one of
Brandon
Brandon's
get mad?
bits.
because it's his.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
He was stealing a joke from me.
ironic.
Anyway, I actually do feel that way. Though.
Yeah, it hurts.
Like I only like it's not good, but if there's a bowl of it, I'm gonna fucking inhale it.
God,
Right.
Fucking,
What?
Is that your
I'm
bit?
serious. I was
You
doing
know
it
who
on
had
stage.
the best candy corn bit?
it's a bit I can do 3 weeks out of the year.
The best candy corn. Lewis Black had the best candy corn bit.
What was it?
He was about how every piece of candy corn
Republicans.
was produced in 1930, and the same batch is still floating around.
That is funny.
Nobody fucking likes it.
And
Remember how funny he was for like
Yeah,
a year?
He was
And
funny.
then he pointed
when
with
he was
his
a
pinky.
correspondent.
He
Yeah.
loved pointing with
On
his
Daily
pinky,
Show.
dude.
Yeah. when he blew up, my dad was like oddly like way into him. My dad was like, "Oh wow, this guy's great," you know.
Dads loved him, man. He had
Yeah.
that angry energy that.
Well,
all
then
dads
like after
have.
like 2 months of that, my dad was like, "All right, I got to tell you, I used to buy coke off him."
You told me that.
No.
I was like, "That you have to be mistaken."
Yeah,
He is from D.C. though, isn't he?
No, this was in
no,
New York.
in New York, he was a
Oh.
playwright for a long time.
Yeah.
Really?
Before he got into comedy,
Yeah.
and he used to
He
sell
sell coke?
Yeah.
My man
Whoa.
was fucking moving.
I mean,
yay.
I don't know
Yeah.
that. I mean, it's like I don't want to just
Yeah.
say that Lewis Black was a coke dealer based on my dad's assumption that it was the same guy.
yeah.
And I don't think he like routinely did it. I think it was one time.
Oh, he bought coke once.
Yeah,
And it was
off,
Lewis
off
Black.
him specifically.
That's pretty cool.
Interesting.
Yeah,
He's gay, right?
my dad. Yeah,
Yeah,
Big
it's
ol'
hereditary.
fucking man.
Yeah.
big old queer.
Runs in the family.
It skips a
dude.
generation.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, it does not.
So it goes my
No.
dad, then Stav, who's technically my son because I fuck his mom.
Oh.
First of all, you guys only kiss and she jerks you off. She told me you're lying about fucking her.
Why?
Yeah,
What?
because I destroyed her pussy the first time. It's now inside out.
So it's inoperable.
Yeah, there's caution tape all over it, like a badass comedian's debut album.
Wrapped around his mouth.
Yeah.
Around the mouth, baby.
Yeah.
Dude, I went
There
to
was
a
a guy in Baltimore that used to have that as a headshot.
Shouts out Tommy
Thomas
Simbazo.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Tommy with the caution tape.
Yeah.
I actually
there
do
was-
fuck with Tommy. Yeah, he's a steampunk.
Dana's like first paid show or first book show or whatever.
We were
was-
both on that show. Yeah.
Was with a Tommy Simbazo show. So at her mom's house, there's like a Tommy Simbazo
Yeah,
poster
that-
like, on the fridge.
That same poster's on my fridge. That was one of my mom kept it and fucking put it on the fridge.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. That
my,
was
my mom did that. I featured for Ryan Stout in San Antonio, and that was like my first like out of town feature paid gig being put up in a hotel or whatever. And my mom just printed out the website, so it's just like a picture of Ryan Stout with like a listing of the show. My name's not even on. Like, it says also appearing Nick Mullen at the bottom.
That's cute though that she printed it out.
Yeah, no, she
adorable.
has that and like my GED in a drawer. in the bedroom.
You got GED?
Yeah, I do.
Whoa, man! When did you drop out of high school?
When I like the beginning of my junior year.
Wow.
Yeah, because I mean it was like clear that I was not gonna finish.
Yeah.
You know?
It was pretty clear I wasn't gonna, but I somehow just did. I
Just
like
powered through.
I bullshitted my senior projects. Like I bullshit a lot of stuff and I made it.
Oh, I never
But-
did any work.
Yeah.
I mean, like ever.
Okay.
It was never.
Yeah.
Like, I think it was clear when I was in like 5th grade that I was like not gonna go. There.
you were just a
didn't
kid
go
who
there.
literally never had his homework.
Yeah, I just never did because it's like
yeah.
there's no consequence. They're just like you fail. I'm like, all right, okay.
Yeah.
Dude, am I gonna be held back a grade? And they're like, nah, you just get to continue.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They did that in Maryland. They started doing that. You
They
just got
stopped holding
you
people
just-
back.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
I would still be in 3rd grade if they.
Do you know that guy Dominic Leonetti? What is his name?
Dominic Leonetti, yeah, some Italian guy, you know.
Dominant. Yeah.
He's a comedian, man. I'll look up his name. He fucking learned that like the special classes didn't have homework,
Oh.
and he pretended to be special.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
He faked.
All right, Dominic Leonelli, dude. Look up this guy, man.
Yeah.
He has a video on YouTube where he's like talks about it. He's like, yeah, man. I just fucking noticed that like they weren't doing a lot of work and they like watched a bunch of movies, so I started acting retarded. And I was in the special class like for all of high school. And
Salute, dude.
dude, salute to
That
him, man.
rules.
It's the most dedication I've ever heard in my life, dude.
A lot of
It must rule to be mentally retarded.
Yeah. You never.
Just
yeah.
if you get
have
the
candy
good
all day,
kinds.
you never do any work. You
Yeah,
get
if you get the
executed
good
when
kind,
you're
man.
32.
a lot of them are
You get to fuck one girl and then
Well, like-
they execute you for killing her.
Yeah.
Rick Perry kills you.
Well, some of them get the bad kind where like they're scared all the time, you know,
Oh.
where it's like, like, you know, and
That's
I
so
wouldn't like
true.
that one, but like
no, you want the happy one.
the happy, like my
The
wife
drinking
works
yoo-hoos.
with special people, and there was That's probably not what you call them.
Yeah, it's
special
not
people.
anymore.
But
Because that's what I mean. Like any term you use, and this is kind of
it
like
doesn't
Mentally
work
disabled.
this is
I
like a
thought.
mentally
trait point. But any term you use, the problem is that you're using those words to describe somebody that's like not equal. I'm sorry, like you. Everybody's equal in terms of like you shouldn't be an asshole to them, but like. They're not. They're just. It's like a deficiency, and their life is never going to be a normal life. I mean, it just won't.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of them can be like pretty functional, but like people are going to associate those words with somebody that has a fucking deficiency, and it's going to become an insult. No matter
Eventually, like
matter what,
yes,
every single.
It
time.
has a shelf life.
Yeah.
Like all the words that we think are funny, like saying Mongoloid literally was. Doctors used to say that shit. You know what I mean? Like,
well, even special needs
that
when
was
I was a
also
kid.
funny.
It's like, what is this guy special? I mean, it was Carlos Mencia's whole act.
right.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding.
God, man. Yeah.
That's a good ass bit.
Give that.
That's
give
a
him
good bit, bro.
Just literally making a
Stole
retarded
it from
noise.
Joe Rogan, actually.
Yeah. What if that was the bit Rogan was mad
That's the
about?
one.
I did the bit.
Yeah.
But there's this dude at my wife's work that every time he sees anyone, he just says, "Can I get a yay?" And then you got to say yay, and he goes, "Hell yeah!" And that's like his whole
that's
life.
it.
That
man.
guy rules.
He just collects yays.
That's just a that's just a black man.
Yeah, he's not retarded at all.
He's in the staff.
I'm sorry, but your son is black.
Can I get a yay? Hell yeah! Hamburger.
Your son is
He's just a
profoundly
hamburger.
black.
Profoundly black would be like a good woke hip hop, name.
Yeah.
That's gonna be
Profoundly
someone
black.
special.
Yeah.
That's gonna be someone
Like
special.
an early '90s, like Afrocentric hip hop
MC
group.
Profoundly Black.
Yeah.
Oh yes, bitch.
Hell yeah!
Damn.
And
Well,
they,
don't
they
they-
have song titles that are like "Why Come," And it's like, why come the government got symbols on the money? Why come I can't get a job? That was a good type of song. The just listing
the
problems as
questions? Yeah.
questions.
The question songs.
Yeah.
Well, you're talking about that. Who is that? Who does that song?
Jadakiss.
That Jadakiss song. Yeah, we
yeah.
talked about that already.
Questions.
Right. What's that?
21 Questions from 50 Cent. You guys remember that shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was more of a fucking song.
Yeah, but he was asking questions.
Mm-hmm.
True.
It's a different genre. I
Would you
admit.
love me if I was down and out?
Mhm.
Would you still have love for
Would
me?
you still have love?
I remember that
Fat
music
kid
video.
love cake.
I
Love
remember
you like
that
Fat
music
Kid
video
Love
because he
Cake.
fucks Megan Good from.
Would you
from
love
Cousin
me if you
Skeeter.
found out I was part of a pedophile ring?
Would you still?
That music video
if you
is
call me
about.
spreading a boy's ass cheeks open, would you still have love for me,
Nate
girl?
The video was about a conjugal visit. He was in jail, and then he goes to a trailer, and Megan Good comes to visit him, and then they fuck in the trailer, and then I guess he
Ooh.
goes back to jail
Hell yeah,
afterwards.
dude.
It's a very,
She held it down though.
She
she's
did
still
hold
coming-
it down. She's very hot.
She's coming to get that jail dick.
Yeah, I guess so.
That pent up jail dick.
That's the.
That's probably a
realest
nice
love.
type of dick.
Isn't there aren't there? Don't people say he's gay? 50 Cent?
50?
They say a
don't
lot
know.
of people are gay. I mean, Dr. Dre.
Oh really?
He's gay.
Yeah, there's rumors that Tupac wouldn't record in a room with him. He's like, I don't want to be in here with this gay motherfucker. Get him out. All this stuff.
It
They
is funny
killed
to
him?
think about how all the people we think of as woke guys. It's like Tupac. Like Tupac now is everyone's he was a poet and shit, and he was homophobic
He's
as hell. He
really
was,
offensive and
yeah.
homophobic. Yeah.
He had some really dumbass ideas. I was watching a documentary about him. I don't remember any, but I just remember being like, "Damn, Tupac was."
Can you
fucking
make
dumb.
one up?
Yeah, he thought that everyone from Guatemala was actually part aardvark.
Nice, dude.
That's improv.
Thank you,
Good job,
everyone.
Zop,
we
dude.
were
Hell
at the
yeah.
pit last night,
I was at the pit, yeah.
and next on the wall,
Oh, I saw that picture. You sent.
on the wall they have it's just enormous on the fucking wall next to the stage, a clown's prayer. And it's like, let me remember to make people laugh. That my my duty in this life.
It was may I
Is
create more
to-
laughter than
is
tears.
to shine a light on the dark moments of others' lives. Well, how much of a fucking narcissist do you have to be to think that's what a comedian is?
Yeah.
That is not like literally someone that did not want to do homework.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't want a real job.
I don't.
I
Yeah.
decided I could have helped the world.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, that's gay.
Yeah.
I'm going to get fucked up and just talk about having a
I'm
little
going
penis.
to be an alcoholic that says
hang out-
retard
yeah.
so much that eventually it's funny again.
Woo!
Yeah.
USA.
USA.
It's also like that's not even like the definition of a comedian anymore for like the sanctimonious fucking pious comics. 'Cause now your job is to speak truth to power.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
You
watched Brandon and I
I'm
watched
stupid. I don't know shit. I just want to
Yeah.
be funny.
We
I had a
watched
buddy, like,
SNL.
somebody was on stage recently, and my buddy was like, man, he's not even saying anything, dude. I'm like, what are you? Yeah, he was saying words, he's talking about farts and stuff, like, I know, but he's not, like, fucking saying anything.
Shut
I'm like, when did that become the job? Like, I thought we were supposed
Yeah.
to make people laugh.
Who was it? Name names.
I don't want to,
Do it.
I love him.
It
He's
was
a really
Ian.
funny guy.
It was
Not the guy on
Finance.
stage.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I think
Is he
doesn't want
funny?
to name names.
he's really funny, yeah.
All right.
Really funny.
Who was it?
So it wasn't Adam.
This was a year ago, too. Maybe he's grown.
Was it Taylor?
No. Definitely hasn't grown.
Taylor, you
in
piece of
comedy.
shit.
Ketchup?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it wasn't Taylor.
Taylor wouldn't say that.
Stop trying to get him to say who it was.
Why?
He's uncomfortable.
I mean,
Look, this is a Hollywood gossip podcast.
That's true. It's a
We don't
blind
do-
item.
True.
Yeah. A certain comedian
Spotted
who may have a
canoodling.
mustache and fucks transsexuals
yeah.
said this.
Yeah, that.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Well, who was the comic on stage?
I'm not gonna do that. I'll say who said it. It was
All right.
Mateo.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mateo says things.
He says things. Yeah, no.
Well,
yeah.
Mateo's a friend of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love Mateo.
He does act.
I
That's
also was
that
like-
also just sounds like a dumb thing you'd say in the back of the room because
you hate the person on stage.
Yeah,
you
you
either
just
you
don't
hate
like
the
the
person
person,
on
yeah.
stage or the impulse is to shit talk whoever's on stage because it's funny.
It is
Right,
so fun.
right.
That's the best part
Yeah.
of
Mhm.
comedy.
Yeah. And I'm acting like some hero who wasn't in the back of the room. Like, you know what? He's not saying shit.
Yeah, right.
I'm acting like I was like above what he said. I was
Right.
not above what he said. But it's stupid. I think it's stupid for us both to think that way. you
I
know?
do
Oh,
not
yeah.
think even my friends, they're on stage, I'll sit in the back of the room and tear apart their entire act like
Yeah.
while they're on stage to anyone who will listen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice.
It doesn't matter who it is if
Mhm.
like
A
'cause
booker.
The thing is comedy is always just garbage. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, for
and
the
it's
most
very
part.
easy to tear apart.
And
any
it's
bit.
also like when you're saying something up there to the crowd, you're saying it for the first time, but your buddies heard you say it 60 times.
yeah.
And so when you just like say
Like
a
the breakfast-
line
But the breakfast.
out of
yeah.
any of our set,
Thank
like
you.
out
A
of
good-
context,
Yeah, if you say a really good joke out of context, it's
Yeah.
like yeah.
Really good.
yeah.
If I
Oh,
if
you
I
want to
say
start
it'll
going
make-
into each other's acts there, Adam?
Let's do
You
it.
fucking
dude, you
can't get
say,
through 10 minutes of Brandon's fucking show.
First the clues. Let's do
Piece of
Nick.
shit.
you can say any line for
I
mine,
quit
and I'll like
stand up.
cringe.
I don't know why you're
Yeah.
going after me. I admitted that I couldn't write anymore, and I left doing it.
No, you're still a good comic. You just don't
Mm-hmm.
have confidence.
Oh, no, it's okay.
Speak on what?
Oh,
No,
just
go
shit
at-
on
get
Adam's
him.
act?
Get
No,
him.
it's fine.
Go at him, dude.
Go
No,
hit me.
Go
There are
off.
some things that
Go.
that are sacred. Now, that Adam and his father are both rapists? No, that is not. But the act, I won't do it.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
That's part of the clown's prayer.
Yeah.
Is that you never.
That's the clown.
If I had to
oath,
do it,
man.
I don't want
That-
to, but if I had to shit on Adam's act, I would say that he'll tell a story. You and Flores do the same fucking goddamn thing where it's like
Oh,
you
God.
you have a new story bit, and the first time you do it, it's fine. And then
it
and then as
sucks.
soon as you touch it
Well,
again, you
that's any
completely
bit.
destroy it.
Well,
No,
that's any
it's
bit.
specifically
No, that's not true.
you guys and
That's not true.
Flores
When you-
does this
when
dumb
you
shit.
just
where he
try
has-
and
no,
milk
no,
it.
no, no, no.
Flores will have like a perfect 30-second joke and it'll crush, and then the next
they'll
time he
make
does
it
it, he's
10
like,
minutes.
you know, the thing is because, but actually, if you think about it, and it's like, just say the joke,
Right,
you know?
right,
Well,
right.
yeah, that's true, but it's that. I
with
mean,
the story.
that's a
zone.
normal
Yeah.
thing. Is that when you do a new joke that you're excited about, the first time you do it, you're like, "This feels great," and then the second time you do it, it's like, "Oh, it doesn't work as
Yeah,
well."
I mean, I feel like a
And then
joke
you
has
sort of
a
have to
shelf
re-
life where it's not fresh after a certain
right,
while.
and then you have to sort of rebuild it after a while.
With a joke, I can more easily like jump into whatever the hell I meant the first time I said it than with a story. Because when I do a story, if it's like a 5-minute story and it just happened to me, I'm like still kind of going through it emotionally. So like I'm like talking,
and that's
to
why
the crowd.
Like,
it is funny though, because that but the breakfast thing does work on like every comic. If you just repeat someone's punchline,
it's
to them,
so mean.
They get defensive.
It's
so
dude. If you were
really
like, I wish there were
feelings,
tickle fights, I'd be like, dude, fuck you, man. Come on, dude. Come on. We're all trying up there. You know what I mean? Yeah, but I'm like,
it is completely easy to wreck every comic.
He's like, it's not even my hand; it's like a little doll hand.
Hey, whoa, all right, we don't have to keep doing mime act. We don't have to keep that.
I'm saying that's a great joke, but you say it out of context with a certain tone of voice.
Made.
What's that?
That's your custom.
All right, this. You know what, guys? We're not airing this one. I'm exercising at the thing Adam does
That
usually.
is the dumb part of the joke. I had a custom remote made.
No, I mean it's obviously stupid.
Funny, man.
It's about having a little dick.
I think
there's a smaller version of a thing already.
You can't
AAA
spell-
batteries. I could put my thumb
we're not,
over the
we're not
third A.
workshopping my act.
I
right
am.
now.
We're
Stop.
doing it.
Did
Triple
you
A
know?
that? No, I don't think that's funny. Right?
Did you know that you can't spell Kashi? You can't spell take a shit without Kashi.
Without
Yeah,
Kashi?
yeah,
Did you know that?
Yeah.
It's a great joke.
It is a great joke.
Yeah, we're all taking
But
turns
see,
saying great jokes.
Hold on, you're not you're doing it wrong because you're not highlighting like just a punchline out of context. That in and of itself is.
Yeah, that's kind
Is
of
a
a
I
bumper
guess
joke.
you're right. That one is like
You can't spell take a shit without Kashi. It stands alone.
Fuck, that does. Yeah.
Which, if you
I messed
examine
up
my
there.
material, every aspect
Every
of my comedy
sentence.
is infinitely
Any
divisible.
line out of context.
I
is
do what
its
I
own
like to
joke.
call fractal comedy, where no matter how far you zoom in, it's
Yeah.
still perfect.
Oh man, I'm trying to remember the rest of the bit now, so I can get
No,
one that isn't perfect.
I completely forgot that
mix?
joke.
I think it's all perfect, dude. I think you're right.
No, it's
Yeah.
not.
it is.
No, it's gay and bad.
What just happened
Why
there?
is
I don't
that
know. The
happening?
PS4 fell asleep, and I think this thing is
Yeah.
diping out.
Do you miss stand up?
I'm gonna go do spots tonight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bomb.
Yeah, you should.
I'm trying to like force
do more spots.
just get
Yeah. Are
into
you
it.
going back because you missed it, or
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I need to socialize, and like it does keep you sharp. And I'm like,
Mhm.
it's not when I stop doing stand up, it's like I have all these other things I'm working on, and I'm
Yeah.
like not working on anything now. I'm gonna stop like deluding myself into thinking I'm gonna finish a
And we have funny
script
moms on
or whatever.
Monday.
Yeah, and it's just
good
like
shit?
I miss going out.
Yeah, man. I missed seeing you out there, dude. You're a funny guy.
Thanks,
You
man.
know.
No,
That's good. I think that's very
he's
good
gay
news, Nick.
and bad.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm hungry, dude.
You're always hungry.
That's not true.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes
You were
I'm
so
not.
happy when we just got dinner the other
I
night.
was happy. The only time I'm
Dude,
happy
food
is
makes
when I'm
me
eating food.
so fucking happy.
I had fun last night. Me and
That
Stav
was
went to
fun.
the cellar and ate wings. You know what's funny? Like
Those are the best wings.
did you
dude.
read Guy Branum's like fucking article
Yeah,
about
yeah,
how
yeah.
the cellar, a place where gay people are banned.
Well, that's
Uh,
what
Women are not allowed in the cellar,
Yeah,
and if they
yeah.
enter, they will be raped. What the fuck is this? He's like, it's a metaphor.
Yeah.
It's like you described a literal table,
Right,
and its exact location.
Yeah,
And then named
yeah.
the people at the table,
Yes.
and then made a declarative statement about who's allowed
that
to
you
sit.
don't
there.
know dick about.
Yeah, and so
the seller did tell me that gay people weren't allowed.
yeah,
Yeah,
Um,
you're not allowed
Well, we go
gay.
there.
because you're gay.
People
We're
make all
sitting
kinds
there.
of excuses
We're
when they
sitting
don't
there,
want a person.
And
Yeah,
a table over, there's some guy berating a woman about men's rights.
It was pretty hilarious.
I've never seen that in
So
public
I
in my
guess
life.
guys right.
I literally have never
It
seen
was some-
that.
I couldn't
And
tell
there's
the
a
guy-
guy that's like, we are 90% more likely to go to jail. We are 90% more likely to be a victim of violent crime. This man's just like standing there. It was like, what is happening?
Yeah.
here?
Wow.
That guy came over and introduced himself and then tried to like burn us.
Yeah.
He was what Guy Branum was talking about, like
Yeah.
some dumbass who.
But he
But this
wasn't a
wasn't
comic,
a
was he?
comedian, right?
I
was
think
just
He
a
he
guy.
probably
hired.
was some shitty comic who thinks that's how you make it. You go to the cellar and then
You
like
hang out
start
until-
shitting on people just until people are like, whoa, I respect how
Yeah.
that guy
Yeah.
shits on
You heard
strangers.
some Patrice O'Neill
Not a white
stories.
man, by the way.
Yeah.
You should
Who?
point that out. Whoever, I couldn't deduce what race he was.
Yeah.
He looked like one of those like
Polynesians.
those people. Yeah, no, where they're like
Isn't that a
Maoris?
sauce at Chick-fil-A?
black, but they don't have a black face.
Oh yeah, like Polynesian kind.
No, like a real dark ass Indian dude.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
that was kind of, he kept saying the N word.
Yeah.
So
He did. It was weird.
I thought it was
Dude,
Indian.
everybody's saying the N word, like Puerto Ricans and
Puerto
and-
Ricans get a
Yeah,
That's a
they-
New York
they-
thing.
It's a New York City.
Is
thing,
that it?
Yeah, like
yeah.
we're in New York right now. We say it.
All people of color.
That Chinese family I lived with, the son who was like 14 or whatever, and like He's a nice kid, but like he was. I mean, he just sat and played like MMORPGs all day long. He would sit at his laptop, and I would hear him on like voice chat with like other Chinese kids or whatever. And he was always dropping N-bombs. But he didn't like do any part of the voice. He had like a thick Chinese accent, and then he would just also say the N-word.
Whoa, nice.
Yeah,
Wow,
it was
man.
bizarre.
But isn't that how you say? Didn't you have that bit where it's like that's also how you say?
It
come
is.
here
They
or
use it
something?
as a filler material.
Yeah.
So Chinese, like in Mandarin Chinese.
Every black comic that goes to China comes back with that bit. By the way,
that's
Yeah.
100%.
how it's like they're like, what is it? It's like they use it as.
I was at Starbucks in Shanghai,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden the Starbucks guy keeps saying, and then he just
I like your
shouts.
black guy voice is just fucking Jeff Foxworth.
I'm
a black man. If you go to China and get offended, you might be a black man.
What was I supposed to? What kind of accent was I supposed to use?
You know the kind.
You know it, man.
You know how to
You
do it.
know.
Yeah, so I was in China.
That's your black guy voice?
You're still not committing to audio blackface.
You know what's funny? It's
Adam.
because it's racist to do black guy voice, but it's way more racist to not be able to do black guy.
Yes. That's what was Chinese. He's like, I was in
Yeah, yeah.
China. It's like, yeah, like a black
I
guy.
am a black
man. I am a African American man.
That's Japanese.
Yeah, that's not Chinese.
No,
China.
yeah.
Chinese
black
people
guy?
don't
I know. I was just
Real
doing other
black?
accents.
Oh, okay.
But you can be black
bleak.
with an Australian accent.
I'm a bleak mean.
Bleak.
I'm a bleak mean. I'm a bleak mean. The
No,
thing about South Africa is you have to make your
Africa.
mouth as small as possible.
Don't
Yeah.
tell me
Hey,
if
man.
I'm-
Because they love sucking
Don't
dick
fucking
down.
tell me.
yeah.
And you might accidentally signal another man if you open your mouth too wide.
That's so
You're like,
true.
I'm just trying to
Yeah.
be at work today.
Nobody rape. I hope no one
You guys
rapes
are
in my
not
mouth.
doing a South African
Dude, he's trying to
accent.
make it to the
I
stove.
hope
No one
fuck me,
rapes my mouth.
Don't fuck me mouth, please. Please stop fucking my mouth. And that's where Adam comes from.
Yeah,
It's a
from
proud
Los
culture.
Angeles. Guys, what was I gonna say? Oh, Brandon and I watched SNL last night, and they did I don't know, in my estimation, kind of a problematic episode because they had a black female host, and so then they tried to like,
Tiffany Haddish.
yeah, they tried to like respond to like all of the controversy by doing like celebrating that, and it just
What do you mean?
completely
What-
failed.
What?
By
They did like a
celebrating-
video game sketch. I hadn't watched a full episode of SNL in forever. They did a video game sketch. Was like Mortal Kombat. You're like, it was the player select screen, and it was like Scorpion, like
Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero, and then it was like Boo Boo Jenkins.
Oh,
It
fuck.
was just a minstrelsy.
What?
The entire
Boo
episode.
Boo Jenkins?
The entire episode was a minstrelsy, and it was like so.
that she says Beyonce and Rihanna.
Yeah. Her power. Yeah, one of her powers was saying the word Beyonce.
Ugh.
And yeah, it was
man.
just like rough.
Ugh.
Yeah. So new comedy is about to be really good. Now that
Oh, man.
What was like?
I mean, that sounds pretty funny to me. I completely missed the setup. I heard minstrel, and I
yeah.
Ni-
They did another one where she was like, there were just kids in a forest, and then they're like walking around, and then she like walks up to them. She's like, "I'm the last black unicorn," and it makes no sense what any of it's about. It makes absolutely no sense. And then what's her name? Leslie Jones comes out, and she's like, "I'm also a black unicorn," and it's just there isn't a laugh. It's just like
Nice.
really uncomfortable. And then Brandon found out this morning that she's about to publish a book called The Last Black Unicorn.
What? So it was
Tiffany
fucking.
Haddish.
So it was fucking like,
So it was like
product
promo.
placement.
So it was like promo
Subliminally
for the
trying to
book.
get you to buy a book in the future.
in the
Oh
future, but
my
it
God.
made absolutely no sense. It was really.
So I hear,
confusing.
I can kind of read between the lines what you're saying, Adam. No more black women should be hosting
no,
SNL.
no. What I
Okay.
think is
you know the story about
Okay,
Steven
I mean,
Seagal?
I don't agree, but if that's how you feel.
Steven Seagal on SNL, where like he had his own sketches that he wanted to pitch,
it's so you can't.
and one of
find
them
it
is he's
online.
a therapist that like there's a rape victim, and Steven Seagal like is the therapist who starts molesting her while she's recounting the
Jesus
story.
Christ.
And the whole staff had to like explain to him why it wasn't funny.
Like that's his idea of comedy.
it'd be
Well,
hilarious.
he just got exposed the last 2 weeks.
No, everyone's known that about Steven Seagal.
Of course, but his name is like
You can't
on the list.
expose Steven Seagal.
Yeah.
He's a detestable
Everyone
piece
knew
of
about
shit.
Cosby. Everyone knew about
No, but that's why it's
That's
like
not
the
kinda
Charlie
funny.
Sheen thing. It's like Charlie Sheen raped a 13-year-old boy, and nobody gives a shit because it's Charlie Sheen.
Right. It's
Like,
pretty funny.
that makes sense that Charlie Sheen would have done that.
yeah.
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 Why is Brandon having a seizure?
Because it's a pretty funny sketch. What Steven Seagal.
Oh,
does.
it is
Seagal one?
funny, dude.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like they had the wrong take, which is Steven, it's very funny, especially considering who you are.
right.
But this won't be good for your career, nor will it be good for SNL.
Isn't it like really hard to get the Seagal, like the monologue and the sketches from that episode? Like they tried to like erase it from the internet. But I think there's some Daily Motion clips of the Steven Seagal SNL, but they're all like amazing. They're all really funny.
the best of Steven Seagal on Saturday Night Live.
Come here, Sherry. Let me rape you.
Yeah. Please stop. Please. Please stop. I have a family. Live from New York. It's Saturday night.
What if it's the Spartans, but I rape the Spartans? It's
300, but it's the number of women I've assaulted.
When did he host it? What era was that?
Probably Out for Justice era.
Yeah, early 90s, mid 90s.
Probably Ruthless Aggression era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just had him on.
The episode before Trump.
Yeah, the Trump Seagal double special
Yeah.
fucking app. God damn.
He does the monologue in a chair.
Yeah, with those yellow sunglasses.
Do you remember SNL made Trump do Hotline Bling? That was so miserable.
What?
Yeah, when he hosted, he did a Hotline Bling parody.
Thank
Anyway,
God.
the point of what I was trying to say was like they were trying.
No,
to
we
have,
already said you don't want.
No,
you
they
don't
were
wanna
trying to have
you don't
like an
want Black Plus.
inclusive. They were trying to have like an inclusive like episode, but they just ended up using the black people on the show in the most racist.
As
way
props?
ever. Yeah, it was like really difficult to watch, but I ended up watching the whole thing.
Well, what a hero, dude.
yeah.
You're a fucking
I'm
hero,
hungry.
man. I mean, sometimes it's just so bad it's good, I guess, you know?
Yeah,
You gotta
yeah.
see
I don't know. I
train
haven't
wreck.
watched it. Like I feel like
I hadn't watched it all season until
Yeah.
last night.
I don't think I've sat down and watched SNL since 2002.
yeah, like Will Ferrell
Yeah.
was the last time I really fucking watched.
Yeah, I was
Right.
really into
Yeah.
it when the Bush versus Gore
yeah,
sketches were
strategery.
When
Remember
I was
that
like in
shit?
6th
Yeah.
grade.
Lockbox.
Remember
Right,
that,
guys?
That was hilarious.
they did that one with like that senator where he's like, blind people think they're so cool. I can't stand the Chinese.
Was that Fred Thompson?
I can't remember who it was supposed to be, but
Well, those two
that's fine.
lines out of context
Yeah,
are
yeah.
hilarious.
They're very funny.
Yeah.
That's back when people would take risks.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just us now, the real truth tellers.
and then
Kinda,
they like
you
made
know?
they made fun
Not
of
to
Louis.
toot my own horn, but I got a different clown sprayer, and it's all the N word.
What kind of clown just says the N-word?
Pennywise.
Pennywise.
the S in wise is a $. sign.
Do you remember it? No, it's Damon Wayans.
That is like a
Homie the
pimp's
Clown.
name.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't understand why that was
Pennywise?
Yeah,
It's
right.
a great pimp.
Pennywise is a great pimp name.
Hey, bitch, let me spit it to you straight. I ain't just wise.
I'm gonna turn your asshole into a penny loafer. I'm gonna put all my bitches got pennies in their ass. And the wise part is because of knowledge. Where does the wise part come from? It's because I know that female genital mutilation is good.
His balloons are just heroin balloons in their assholes.
Well, we're done actually.
Hold on, let me plug some dates, guys. I'm doing I'm coming to Baltimore the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, the 22nd.
Yeah,
Don't
I mean,
fucking unplug it, you fucking
We're gonna
cocksuckers.
unplug it. I mean, this show isn't, your personal.
If you guys were to do fucking shows, you should plug them too.
I'm not serious.
The 16th, I'm in fucking Boston. Well, you said the thing about breakfast, and I'm still hurt by it. The 16th.
You can't use the show to plug your shows.
Anyway, so yeah, 22nd, I'm in thanks before Thanksgiving. I'm in
He's at the
fucking
buffet.
Baltimore. Sidebar.
23rd, he's at the hospital for blowing out his appendix with crab legs.
December 3rd, I'm in Cleveland at Hilarities. And on the 16th, I'm in Boston at the House of Blues. So come get sucked off, everyone.
And then December 18th, custard. That's all it says on his calendar. It's the word
That's
custard.
the whole week of the 18th. I will be doing backstrokes
He forgot
Scrooge
what
McDuck style
Right.
in a pool of custard.
Intravenous custard.
No, I got to taste that shit.
The Man versus Food comedy tour.
I would love that.
Wasn't that guy stand up actually?
No.
No, he wasn't. Okay. And then again, guys, because we said it on the premium, but we didn't say it on the main one. On the 22nd of December,
Oh, yes.
at Black Cat, this is an announcement official. It's
Big
happening.
dick announcement.
We're doing a live Cumtown holiday spectacular extravaganza, our triumphant return to Washington D.C. From whence we came.
All three boys will be at the fucking Black Cat.
The Black Cat, Friday the 22nd of December. Please come.
So I love that venue.
Don't let the name fool you. It will be a racially segregated.
Oh fuck! And no, Funny Moms is yesterday.
Yeah, Funny Moms was 2 days ago now. But yeah, we'll be back after Thanksgiving for Funny
And
Moms.
Evan,
You can find my dates at evanwilliamscomedy.com. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at It's Evan Williams.
ooh, and he's
Oh,
buff.
cool.
He's
Check
cute.
out your
He's
boy.
cute as shit.
Brandon, you got anything you want to plug?
Yeah, but still.
Oh yeah,
My
Brandon's a podcast.
Brandon's got a
now.
podcast.
Can we shit on
Wow.
this for a minute, guys?
Oh yeah, actually
Well, no.
we should. We should give it a negative review.
Let's just listen to it.
I haven't
I'm
listened.
gonna
No.
pull it up.
What's the podcast, man? What are you doing? It's good.
Yeah,
Hell
it's like
of a
sort
sell,
of a
dude.
socialist bad boy podcast. You know,
Yeah.
where there was no real space for that. You know, nobody's
Yeah.
doing that podcast.
He does it with
Okay.
this guy, Jack Wagner, who's the grandson of Versace Tamaguchi. He's the grandson of the Wagner, the
The
anti-Semitic
German guy, the
composer.
German composer. yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I will say that somebody from the Cumtown subreddit already made a subreddit for my podcast, and it's just there's just one post, and it just says Brandon Wardell is racist.
Well, he's not wrong.
Well, you did just plug it on the show, so I hope. Damn. No, everyone listen to it and don't be rude.
Yeah, go listen to it, subscribe, give it a 5-star rating. If he launches a Patreon, don't subscribe to that. Brandon makes enough money.
Double down on us. If he launched a Patreon,
Exactly.
Give us
and you were
$10
going
a
to
month.
give us
Step it
10.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe in a couple years when MTV gets tired of trying to turn Brandon into a household name, then you can donate to his Patreon. But as long as he's riding that, sneaker rap.
No, he's out. He's done.
I mean,
He's
they're
already
not.
out.
I'm not working with MTV at this current juncture.
Or Vice, or what? I don't know, Logo, or whoever the fuck.
We are gonna go logo. Yeah,
Logo, yeah.
Bringing back the big gay sketch show.
It's Logo. That's supposed to be like a deaf person saying homo, right?
Oh, that's true. It's very inclusive.
homosexual.
Yogo Yayo. Like Lou Ferrigno and Pumping Iron. Oh no,
Yeah,
you
Do
Yogo.
a fun voice to take us out, Evan.
I was doing it.
Another
I just
one.
did a fun one. His dad was the best.
Lou,
Yeah.
you're the
Lou's
best.
dad.
You like
He's like, you
cut
like
out a
something
marble.
Michelangelo,
Michelangelo.
Look at you, Louis.
Louis.
Yeah, man.
Well, a classic app, everyone.
I
Thanks,
mean,
Evan Williams, our
really.
good bud.
What
Yeah.
an app,
Check him
dude.
out.
All right. Good night, bitch.